Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
I'm Chase.
and you're watching Heavy Metal Breakdown. Oh man, so yes, this is our latest adventures in the exciting and kick-ass world of heavy metal. Uh, man, uh, so we have last episode we decided to do two new albums, and so this time around it's two classic albums. So yes, Chase, if you wouldn't mind queuing up the first of these two records that we're going to discuss.
Up first, we got Liege Lord, Freedom's Rise, released March 12th, 1985 on Black Dragon Records. This is the band's debut album after producing two demos, one in 84 and another in 85 called The Prodigy, and all the tracks from The Prodigy end up on this album, though I don't recall if they're cleaned up tracks or not.
Well, I'm sure it's not the same recordings. I'm sure it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But very interesting. Yeah. Um, and yes, this is the first of. Leisure had three albums, and the first two had singer Andy Michaud. Is that right?
Proud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, wow, I gotta say, okay, so I had heard the second album, Burn to My Touch, and then I spent a lot of time with the third album, Master Control, which is, mwah.
We all did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hadn't really checked out Freedom's Rise until we were getting ready to talk about this. Wow, this is great stuff. This is so good. Um, Great U.S. power metal. I want to remind people, Liege Lord will be performing this August at the Soldiers of Steel Festival. Go to soldiersofsteel.com right now and get your tickets. It's gonna be kick ass. Um, but yeah, this is a great record, man. How about you open with some thoughts on this?
Uh, Research the album, I saw that these guys were in a like a kind of like a cover band before this called Deceiver,
Oh yeah,
where they would do a lot of yeah, they do a lot of new wave British heavy metal covers and whatnot. And like you could you could hear that in this album that there's a bit of a new wave of British heavy metal kind of influence, but it's also bits of power metal and little bits of speed metal that I'm all about too. It's kind of like a three-way collision between Defenders of the Faith, Future Warriors, and Crystal Logic.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
uh,
if we could find a way to distill this album into a liquid and then I could just, hook that shit up, I would be very, very happy.
yeah. I mean, I was
I,
good. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Uh,
I guess I just have to settle for listening to it. Oh well.
Yeah, I was good with Jeff for just listening to it, but boy, what a great listen. I mean, like, I'm trying to like choose favorite songs on this, and it's tough because like from start to finish, this is just great. This is just excellent heavy metal, dude. Soaring vocals, great harmonies, great leads, like just like it's in its sound and the album sounds just great. I think there's a lot of thrash metal albums in the 80s that have like weird production and it's like it doesn't sound quite right because people are just going so fast. A lot of producers don't know how do we capture that sound adequately, right? But with power metal
Yeah.
or traditional heavy metal, I think it's closer to just rock in the mind of a producer, and I think it's easier to capture what you're going for um, more perfectly, I guess. And so like I think that's the strength of U.S. power metal, um, because like we're it's something new, but the wheel is not being fully reinvented. Okay, and so
Yeah.
like it's a strength, and there's so much great stuff like this. Um, and this album is just a tour de force, though. Big again, hard to pick favorites, but I will go with okay, um, Dark Tale, Rage of Angels, and For the King as personal faves. But I loved every fucking note of this album. This was so good.
I'm right there with you. It was hard to file it down, but I did. Wielding Iron Fists, Amnesty, and Warriors Farewell. Farewell. Farewell? Yeah.
Yeah, those were
And
all
fuck yeah,
awesome.
dude.
Yeah, this is great. It's like how many more superlatives can I add? And just like, man, it's rad. But dude, yeah, I mean, this is like when power metal was like really awesome, and like again, at some point in the '90s and early 2000s, it was just like, man, just so cheeseball of a genre, right? And but its beginnings are so just great. It's just great heavy metal. And I think now we've kind of come full circle, and you could hear a new power metal album today that would be like this, or like Omen, or like Warlord, who we just saw. You know,
Yeah.
great U.S. metal. Um,
I still think that it all has to do with the earnesty, the intention. Like they're like, we're making metal as opposed to, you're making a cheesecake at that point. Kind
sure.
of
I don't know
like,
where that shift happened, and it's
yeah.
definitely sometime in the '90s. And it's like when metal got pushed way underground, somehow like they just went full cornball with this genre, and it's to its detriment. But thankfully, the tides have changed, and now power metal is like a respectable, not silly genre again, which is great. Um, so, but huge horns up for Liege Lord and their debut, Freedom's Rise. This is an awesome album, dude. Love it, loved it. Uh,
Leaf Sword just doesn't. They just don't miss. All three of their albums that I've heard, like 8 to 9 to 10s out of 10, just straight up good shit.
yeah, I mean, what a bummer that a band this great one only has 3 albums, and did not like explode into greater popularity. They really are a cult band, but I love them, and this album
Uh, and
rules.
and and because they had 3 albums that were solid, and because they're more or less they're more or less retired. They pop up to do festivals every once in a while, and because it's so rare to see them, you should really come see them at Soldiers of Steel.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, they just do the festival circuit, and like that's cool. I think really that's where they couldn't tour. I think they would lose money. But festivals, special events, there's a lot of bands in that fraternity where it makes good business sense just to kind of be a festival band. Um, and that's okay. And then it makes it all that more special when you do get to see them. Um,
I mean, yeah.
so I'm very excited that I'll be seeing Liege Lord. Um, and yeah, dude, this record is so awesome. And it's like, and it's this is great, and they continue to get better. And
Yeah.
we will be talking about the other 2 Liege Lord albums in the next over the next couple of months. So stay tuned, or be on the lookout for that. Keep watching the show, and come back for that. But yeah, dude, love this a lot. This is great. Um, so yeah, if do you have any more anything else on this one, Chase?
No, I can lead us into our next album here.
Oh, please do. Yeah.
Okay, up next we have The Accused, Martha Splatterhead's maddest stories ever told, released sometime in 1988 on Combat Records.
Yay,
This is
combat.
Combat. This is The Accused third full-length album. Uh, and I guess you could just say the splattering continues, because if you like the first 2 albums, you're gonna love this one.
Yeah, dude. This is great. And just so we're not confused, Martha Splatterhead's Maddest Stories Ever Told, that sounds like a best of title. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's just another album. Sometimes things like that. My old roommate Jason ignored Overkill's album, The Years of Decay, for years because he hates best ofs, and that title sounded like a best of to him. And it's like, you didn't
He's
even
not
look
wrong.
at.
That's what that sounds like.
I know, but it's like you didn't even look at you hate best ofs that much. You didn't even look at the back cover to see, looking for a track list. Like, oh, I don't know these songs. I just think that's funny. And most people, it's not my favorite Overkill album, but it's a lot of people's. So I just think that's so funny. But he's like, it's so funny that like the biggest Overkill fan I know made that goof. So not trying to talk trash, but it is funny. So
It is it's a silly little anecdote. I liked it. I
yeah,
liked it.
yeah. So, but The Accused, should note, The Accused AD, which really is The Accused, will be performing at the Soldiers of Steel Festival this summer. Go to soldiersofsteel.com right now and get your heckin' tickets, man. It's gonna be a dope time. But yeah, Chase, would you care to start with some thoughts on this record?
Well, according to my notes here, not more fun than an open casket funeral, but it's far from something I wouldn't recommend. It's messy, it's chaotic, it's splattery, it's what you come to expect. I, for whatever reason, just had more fun in the last album. However, I will say that if bands like okay, I think you could agree with me that they kind of have a monotonous kind of sound. There's not a whole lot of variation from beginning to end when the music is actually playing, but they break that up really creatively with like nursery rhymes and like old punk covers and shit. Like the Angry Simone's cover in here is great
Yeah, yeah, and they covered
and whatnot.
GBH on here as well, which is neat. And
Yeah.
yeah, and also covered. I should note, "I'd Love to Change the World" by 10 Years After, and it has an opening kind of like a sound bite before the song, which makes me think that what the Accused mean in doing a cover of this song is what they'd like to change about the world is not have children be indoctrinated with religion, and I agree with that sentiment. Um, so yeah, but yeah, as far as original songs, and first of all, this is a great record, and it is weird. It is weirdly both more metal and more punk than the previous record. Does that make sense?
Area, yeah.
Yeah. Um, But let's see. Parrots. Great opener. Psychomania. The Bagley song is really great. Molly's Christmas 72. I don't know what the song's about. I forgot to read the lyrics, but that's a great one. Um, let's see. You Only Died Once. That's great. Scared of the Dark. Losing Your Mind. Yeah, those were really great. Those were favorites for me. I really like those songs.
I agree with the opener. Psychomania was a good pace setter. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah,
And Starved to Death and the Angry Simone's Lights Out cover
yeah.
was
That was really
spot
good.
on. Very good.
Yeah. It's funny. I've never. I need to go and actually check out the Angry Samoans. I've never heard them. That's just. It's a name I've seen around forever, and I got lots of blind spots, so I'm trying to fill them in, but I haven't got around to them just yet. So, but maybe it's time. Um, but uh, but yeah, dude, I like this a lot. Blaine's vocals are really sick on here. Um, yeah, I think
Either
that.
if he could keep, is he in Accused AD? Is he going to be who you're
Yeah,
seeing at the
yeah,
festival?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Report back just how he does like with a set because I can't imagine doing like three songs like that and being able to keep it up.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, he's well practiced in that vocal style, so I mean, he's been doing it for 40 years or so, something like that, but or
man,
longer. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, but yeah, this is a terrific record from a great band. I mean, and I think, man, riff wise, I think this is a bit stronger than maybe the previous outings. Um, but um, but yeah, dude, just more great shit from The Accused. Um, one of the kings of crossover, and it's weird that they're sort of like it's tough because like The Accused and yeah, The Accused, like a lot of their key albums are not on streaming, and I think that has kind of like that that keeps you from being part of the conversation, folks. Being a cult band and your stuff's not out there, it's kind of like it diminishes your profile, and it's a shame because they really are one of the key bands in the crossover thrash movement. Um, so yeah, I mean, we can't give all the credit to DRI and Suicidal. Come on, you know.
yeah. That reminds me. Yeah, I had to look it up on YouTube. It's not on streaming anywhere. It warned me. And I found a couple the entire album or just the tracks and whatnot. But I listened to a couple different versions because one I found was kind of scuffed. But in the comment section, you have people arguing whether they're thrash or punk, and then there's always somebody who like it's because these are old albums and whatnot, so
Yeah,
you get like the like 17-year arguments in there. Somebody who comes in like 5 years after the conversation is over goes, dude, they're crossover, and then
yeah.
it just ignites again, and it's so funny.
I kind of love that shit. But yeah, that is one of the best worst things about the internet. You know what I mean? uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but that'll do, pig. It's fine. Um, but yeah, the debates continue, and but it's so funny because like bands that can walk in both worlds, people who come from a specific camp will argue to death like, no, they're one of ours, right? Or they're not.
Yeah.
You know,
Or they're not. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's interesting. I think that's interesting. But I'm a guy like, give me the hardcore, give me the thrash metal, please. Like, I'll just put it all in a blender so I can just drink it up. I want it. So, yeah. But yeah, splatter that all over my head, Martha. Yeah. But yeah, this is a great record from an amazing band. Really, not too many notes. Just like, fuck yeah, The Accused. And looking forward to seeing them again this summer at Soldiers of Steel. And you can too. Chase, do you have anything else to say about this?
I was making Martha be like, problems. They explain it.
Okay, hang on.
Like,
Stop. You
yeah.
Your connection is getting kind of crappy right there, so everything you just said is just gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then no, I don't have any.
Okay. Well, why don't we move on to our concert calendar, upcoming shows. I updated it just this morning. There's some interesting stuff coming, so let's talk about that. Sorry, we're not having a great connection today. This whatever day the 11th is, at the Ming Lounge. This is an all ages space. It's a hardcore show. Tear Down, who are excellent, and several other bands. Curb, War Hero, Found Out, and Gut Bath will also be playing. $10 for a whole bunch of hardcore. That's going to be an enjoyable evening. Go get out and do that at the Ming Lounge. I haven't been to that space just yet, but I'll probably be checking that out soon. That very evening at the Star Theater, it's a doom metal show. Dope Throne and Year of the Cobra are on tour. That is also April 11th. And our local doom metal kings, RIP, will be opening, and that's going to be a dope show. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to make it. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to be great though. Interesting. At the Peculiarium, which is not a space known for having shows. Peculiarium is like a little museum of like weird shit that we have in Portland. I've never been there. But anyway, there's like a grindcore and power violence show. Bands such as Suppression, a band whose name I can't read, Fermented Mess, Homegrown, and another band I can't read. So like 5 bands, and it's like grindcore and power violence. $10, April 13th. Check that out. That could be cool. Man, that's interesting. Been a minute since I've got to see some power violence, and that's pretty raging. So, let's see. Oh, Chase and I will be going to the Roseland Theater April 14th to see Guar with support from Soulfly and King Parrot. We got balcony seats. The balcony's sold out, and tickets are moving fast for the general admission. Don't miss it. Guar's always a great show. And the very next
16-year-old me is excited to see 16-year-old me is excited to 42-year-old me is still excited to see Guar.
Yeah, so. There you go. Yeah. Very next evening, we'll be back at the Roseland again to see Drain. Boston hardcore band Haywire will also be there, and that'll be cool. I think there's a couple other bands in the bill, but they're like pop punk, make wanking motion. But this is going to be a great show. Drain is so awesome. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But let's see. And then you will be back at the Roseland again on April 18th to see the Godless 4 tour. Stacked bill featuring Behemoth, Deicide, Rotting Christ, and Immolation. Holy crap, that's going to be great. I can't wait to hear about that, Chase.
Man. Yeah. I know it's ironic for me.
What? Why is it ironic? Yeah, you are totally cutting out. Your connection is so shit right now. So anyway, we'll be going to the Blackwater on April 25th to see Insecticide with support from Pilau, Blade, and Yersinia. That's going to be a great show. Holy shit, dude. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The very next evening, if you're not too tired, Hedonist, who I don't know, I'm thinking they're death metal. Hallucinator, who are kind of a death thrash band. They're great. We saw them open for Morbid Saint. And another band called Latent Right, who I don't know shit about. They are going to be playing the Blackwater. That's a Sunday night, man. Whew. That's another all-ager rager. Get out for that if you can make it. And then I will be heading up to Seattle with a couple pals to see Halloween at the Paramount Theater. This is Halloween's 40th anniversary tour. Holy crap, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see the Pumpkins United. And then, here's a show I am so bummed I have to work and I can't be at because I love Silver Talon, but they will be playing. They're going out on tour for a handful of dates with Vanishment and Hell Awaits. Hell Awaits is a Slayer tribute band. Vanishment, Seattle thrash. And Silver Talon are probably just the best heavy metal band in Portland. They're so good. I love them, and I'm bummed that I'm not going to be able to. But they're going to be at the Twilight, April 30th, and if you can make it, get to it. They're great. Oh, man, so good. And that's a great room also. May 2nd, down at the Warm Springs Indian Reservation, it is ResFest 2026. Chuck Hudson, who puts this together, it is going to be his 50th birthday celebration. Happy birthday, Chuck. He is a friend of ours and a friend of the show. This festival will include Chronic Illness, Within the Pyre, Warden. I said the wrong band name last time. Sorry. Dead Nexus and Damage Overdose. This is I think pretty much all death metal, and I think Warden are black metal. But yeah, that'll be a cool time. Get down. I went last year. Atomic Terror were on the bill, and we had an amazing time. It was a wonderful experience. Definitely a unique time.
Sounds like yeah.
Yeah, get down there and go if you can do it, man, folks. Yeah. So that is by the way, it is a drug and alcohol free event. It is the res is a dry county. Do not even think about bringing booze or trying to bad idea. You'll get tossed. And for driving that far, you don't want to do that. Okay, come on, you don't need it to have a good time. Yeah. And then I want to remind people again about the Soldiers of Steel Festival this August 13th through the 16th in Seattle at the Substation. Sanctuary, Liege Lord, Sacred Blade, Saint, and the Accused AD will be headlining with tons of other great bands like Heavy Metal Shrapnel, Skeletor, Bloodstar, Widow, Tower Hill, Chamber Mage, and a ton more. It's going to be dope. It's going to be a dope-ass time. The event of the summer. But yeah, that is, hang on, let me make that small. That is going to be our show for this evening. Chase, if you wouldn't mind, hit us with a sign-off, pretty please.
Comment, subscribe, and remember to run to the hills for your life.
Okay, that kind of worked. Good night, everybody, and thanks.